Hi, I'm Becky with PatchworkPosse.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can make jerseys using your Cricut as well as your Easy Press, and some tips that I picked up making the jerseys that I have. I purchased the jerseys online, and then after they were here, decided like the size of the fonts and stuff, and the size of the numbers and placement and such, and then just, I'll show you the process of printing out or cutting your numbers, cutting your names, and what products you need to use and what works well, and anything else that comes in handy. So let's get started.
Now that you have your labels or words printed and cut, what you're going to want to do is weed first all of the background. So this is the only, these are the only parts of the letters that I want to show up or press onto my shirt. And so all of this background needs to be removed prior to transferring onto your shirt or the image, the product that you're going to be placing your cut to. So just carefully, you're going to just pick at the one corner and remove your background and then pull it. I should have had a video on that, but anyways, pull the edges and then carefully remove the background. If you want, you can use the little picker item, and that is very helpful when it gets to these little center parts to remove those so the spacing is correct and you get all the inside area out. So now that you have, it all weeded and you're ready to move on, what I did do is I have a rotary cutter, and I kind of cheated, so I'm not sure how to do this, and I probably could have done this on Design Space, but I needed a cut line from to separate these out right along here, this edge. So I'm only transferring, one at a time, and I didn't put a cut line in Design when I had cut this, so I used my rotary cutter. Light pressure, you can hear it cutting, and it doesn't require a whole bunch to get that cut line. So then what I'm going to do is, because this vinyl is for a t-shirt and it comes with the transfer sheet, so after I remove all my background, I need to get this off of my mat. And as you can see, I use the green mat, and I am using this really thin plate, kind of like a thin plate tool, and I'm going under the plastic background. So let me zoom up really close here. So as you can see, I'm going under the plastic, which is like the carrier vinyl, and pushing it along so it pulls up, and then I just carefully move it over the other vinyl areas. Now these edges do have cut lines, so as you move, sometimes they give you a little problems and they pull out. So just be aware that if you need to help it along, use the flat plate on the tool. And then see right here, so this didn't come up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over on this area right now, and then it's really stuck to the mat there, so I'm going to give it a little bit of help. And of course this stuck back down, so I need to roll it back over and just continue on. So you're just going to carefully remove it off of your mat, and then when you are ready, I've got one that's already done, so I think I'm going to pull that over. So you just continue the process on each of those And now I have my one sheet and it's totally done. Now this is the way it's going to be laying on the shirt. And when you have it cut on for Cricut, you want to mirror it and do it backwards. So now I'm ready to place it on my shirt. So I already have a shirt that's I've done the process on, but I'm just going to walk you through really quick how what the process is. So I took my transfer and I folded it in half. This is not the sticky side, so make sure that your sticky side is on the outside. Fold it in half, and then you can pinch the one edge to mark the center of this. So now I have a crease line right in my plastic, so I know where the center is. I have a large ruler, and this is kind of a cheater method, but it worked for me. And so my large ruler, I'm going to place, so my 2-inch mark is at the bottom of that V, and place it as straight as I can on here. Then I'm going to use that as my guide to place it on the shirt. So for me, I want to line up my center of the letters to the number 6 on my ruler, because that is hitting the center of my V-neck. And so I'm going to line that up and then place it down and then give it a good, rub it over so it is adhered to the shirt really well. And then I'm going to press it. Before I press it, I have a couple of these wool mats that I use, which have been really helpful for the easy press. So this is a 1/2 inch thick, and what I did before pressing was place the mat or slide the mat in between. And this is reversible, so I need to make sure I get through both layers here. Or I can go through the single layer, but at the V-neck they're attached, so it might give me, it gives me a little bit issues. So anyways, so I place the iron mat, that wool iron mat down, and make sure that there isn't anything underneath, any wrinkles, and the fabric is laying flat. And then I also have this is an applique sheet, and I'm a quilter, so this is what I have around. This doesn't allow anything sticky to adhere to it. It's somewhat transparent, so you can see through it and make sure that you are covering all your stuff that you're going to be ironing. And then so you make sure that this is adhered well, and you've got your layer of the wool or your iron board underneath. And then you lay your applique or your, protection paper on top. And then you will use the easy press to heat. Currently my easy press is not on the correct setting, so ignore the temperature. You need to be around 335 for about 15 seconds or so. But as you can see, so the easy press would just lay on straight on to the items that you're going to be transferring, and make sure you give it a good, push. You can have your table a little bit lower so you can press a little bit harder on it, but this can go, it's a really large flat nice plate, so it can go directly on top of this applique or pressing sheet and protect. It protects the fabric of the shirt, as well as make sure that this gets transferred properly. Once that has been heated and transferred properly, you're going to go ahead and it will still have this clear transfer sheet attached to it, so you'll want to grab that and kind of pull it up. Make sure that all of the letters stay where they're supposed to. If not, maybe you could put it back down again and cover up with your heat page and give it another good press. So that is the process that I used for putting team names, as well as I still have numbers to finish up. But that again is the same process as doing the team names. I hope you found that helpful, and for more tutorials you can go to patchworkposse.com.